Welcome back to another episode of Sigma Footy, home of the unfiltered, biased but passionate football street. Today we are going to talk about the Champions League draw. So there's going to be an interesting repeat of the final which happened Real Madrid versus Liverpool. That's going to be interesting, of course. Next is going to be Bayern Munich versus PSG. I think that's going to be something different as well this time. The next will be Manchester City and Dortmund. I think it's an easy game for City, of course. And finally, Porto versus Chelsea. So I guess this is the best draw Chelsea could get. What do you think, Anand? Is this the best, or do you expect better or other teams?
Yeah, so I'm hearing the same kind of opinion elsewhere also from others that Chelsea got the most easiest draw. But to be honest, this is a tricky one to me. I think Chelsea would have been better if they would have draw. I think the easiest draw of Chelsea would be Liverpool. I would say, not because of trying to downgrade Liverpool, but just because the Premier League experience and how Liverpool form is, and more close we do see in BPL games. Porto is like a wild animal now, and the Porto that we know of today is not the same as before, and also the one that's making me scared that I'm saying the tricky for Chelsea that this draw is because they bring the same motivation, no pressure kind of mentality to the game as how Chelsea is bringing in. So it's a fight between two underdogs, and it's just that in that scenario, right, Chelsea would not be the underdog anymore. So that makes it tricky. So I wouldn't say it is the easiest draw for Chelsea. Say. Yep.
Yeah, Porto just defeated Juventus as well, and it was a tough game. Yeah. and Chelsea beating Atletico. You sure they are underdog now?
So
yeah, the favorites.
Yeah, definitely Chelsea beating Atletico, right? If you were to watch the game, Chelsea did perform well, so it doesn't seem like an underdog game. But they're still, they have a long way to go, and if you're talking about the extra quality in Champions League, right, Chelsea still lacks of that, especially in the attacks. So yeah, we are solid in the defense, but end of the day, goals give you results, and results has to bring you to the finals. So until we reach the finals, it's really a question there with Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay.
Well explained, man. Well explained.
Yeah,
I agree to Anand, totally.
Solid points, of course. But okay, let's move on to. It's going to be an interesting game for the repeat of the final, Real Madrid versus Liverpool. So, Ivan, what's your opinion? Do you think this is going to be an easy game for Real Madrid with the current Liverpool form?
If you see, the final this year is at Istanbul, and I think we should always keep in mind that the comeback that Liverpool made against AC Milan in 2005 was also in Istanbul. and in that season, who they met in the semi-final was Chelsea. So looking at this draw, most probably. But as a United fan, I really hope this deja vu doesn't happen, lah. Okay, but looking at this draw, Real Madrid versus Liverpool, I mean, guys, we are in for a treat. It's going to be an amazing game. I mean, it's both teams not at their very best. Okay, they're both struggling in their domestic leagues. So I feel this is like the most 50-50 tie among all those matches that in the draw. It all depends, because this we can see a difference in two styles. Liverpool is very pressing team, and Real Madrid, we can say most probably their midfield is the best resisting, especially with Modric and Kroos. This is what happened. This is what happened when they met in the final. Okay, they were trying to press Modric and Kroos, but to no win. They are able to withstand Liverpool's press. So that will be interesting to see. But I feel Liverpool have the edge because the second leg is at Anfield. So yeah, it all depends on the first leg. How much Real Madrid want to take the risk and go against this weak Liverpool defense. I think they'll still be without Van Dijk, so Real Madrid should really take advantage of this. It'll be a very interesting game.
Yeah, Real Madrid is going to be missing of Hazard as well. I don't think he's really a key player right now.
Yeah, no difference.
Yeah, to be honest, right? To be honest, on the point on Hazard, right? I think it's worth to mention here what we are looking right more as football fans, right? We should note that Hazard has again a repeated injury on the ankle. It might looking at the news, it might be end of his career if he were to go for surgery. And even if it's not, the doctor managed to find it, a way through, right? I think it's definitely be having a hard time to compete in the Euros at least. So it's going to be a miss, right? It's going to be a sad miss. By any means, right? Hazard
Yeah.
is always, one of the Premier League best players among was definitely. So it's
Correct.
a miss that football is
Was.
missing such
Yeah,
kind
I
of
would.
player.
Correct.
Yes, yes.
True. Yeah,
And,
exactly.
but looking at Real
Hazard is
Madrid
a
form
big loss
currently,
for Real Madrid right now, lah.
yeah, he wasn't on form
Yeah,
as
true.
well in the current few matches, and Real Madrid as well. They are not on form. You can see they're attacking their game versus Atlanta. I would say they were just lucky as well. So anything to add on, Ivan?
Correct.
But for Real Madrid, I'll never write them off, especially in this tournament.
Champions League favorites.
Yeah, Real Madrid always, as the more the tournament progresses, Real Madrid becomes more and more dangerous, I feel.
Yeah.
So, but Anand, I just want to ask you, just now you said Porto is like one of the best draws you could have hoped for. But what would have been before the draw happened, which was the team that you really didn't want to face?
Oh, that's an interesting one actually. So among them, right, I would say Dortmund actually. Yeah,
Dortmund? Wow.
yeah, that's a bit funny. That's a bit funny because at the moment of time, if you see Chelsea's strength, right, it's really on Tuchel's tactics and also the mentality that they're bringing into the games. They have a clean sheet in their league, and they're bringing it also in all competitions, and also the underdog. No pressure. No one is expecting Chelsea to win the BPL or except for finish top four. That's the bare minimum people are expecting from Chelsea. And the reason why I'm telling Dortmund will be the toughest draw for Chelsea is because Dortmund has nothing to lose compared to the rest. Liverpool has something to prove, and Real Madrid has their Champions League background history. Bayern Munich, it's always their favorites. But when you see Dortmund, right, they are coming with the same mentality, and apart from that, right, Dortmund is one of those teams that Chelsea haven't faced a tactical attacking team, where Chelsea among the big games that they play, right, actually most of them were defensive minded teams like Everton and Atletico Madrid and this kind of. So Dortmund will be a new kind of experience under Tuchel's tactics. So
Yes.
I might don't want to see taking that race or something, just playing lucky lah. So that's making me scary.
Tuchel is really having an impact right there for Chelsea currently, and we hope to see something different. And talking about Dortmund, so they are going to be facing Manchester City. So Raj, what do you think about this match? I guess it's going to be very tactical, like what Anand was telling.
About this game, actually, Ivan, this is an easy draw for Ivan, Kevin, and Anand. This is an easy draw for Pep because Pep don't want the defensive team to face because he don't like to face like MU, Porto, or Chelsea because it's against his philosophy, right? So he like to play open. One thing like the difference between City and Dortmund is both have very good attacks, but City is much more better in defense, right? Compared to Dortmund, like what we say last time, Dortmund can score more at the same time, can concede a lot also. I think their defense need to be more disciplined. I think City will be very happy to get Dortmund. I think City will be very, very, will be very, not happy if they get Chelsea or Porto, especially. But I think for Chelsea, I think like your Anna, what you say, but actually, Chelsea, Porto is just Atletico is a better version of Porto, right? Actually, right? Yeah, you have beat the weaker version of Atletico. You just get the weaker versions of Atletico. You already beat the best defense team in the Spain. I think Tuchel have no need to change a lot of tactics for the game. If you face one Dortmund, you have to change a lot of tactics. You have to put a defender that to cover Haaland.
Yeah,
but I think your defenders, none of your defenders are that good to cover Haaland so far. I think, but they're playing as a team. Yeah, they're very good. But that's the thing. But for that's my point for Chelsea and Porto. I think Chelsea is the winner for the game, for the draw, and for the Dortmund, of course, winner.
Okay.
That's
I feel
my
the Chelsea Porto is a closer game than City Dortmund. I feel
Yeah.
mostly
Yeah, I do
Even
feel Porto and Chelsea will be more.
to add on to answer
tough.
you right, Raj. If you see both the games that Porto played, right? Okay, the first game, among their aggregate goals, right? Two of the goals was due to Chesney's error. Okay,
Yes.
we don't say the second. The wall was a totally ridiculous wall in the second leg that they put.
Yeah.
And even despite the wall, Chesney did also manage to touch the ball, but couldn't let it pass
Yeah,
and let it in. So
Yeah,
okay,
correct.
despite the two goals, if you were to see right, Porto did manage to close the passing lanes that made suffer Juventus to play at all. Ronaldo couldn't do anything, and despite all these runners, right, Ronaldo trying to shoot all the way from that from the end, right, from his side, right, he managed to hit the post. That's how compact they were. So that actually makes me scared on
correct.
Chelsea's attack to penetrate it. So
Yeah, correct. But the point is like what you say, like that game against El Titico, I mentioned you the only way to win El Titico is counter attack, right?
yeah, correct.
At some point, one moment in the game, we will get some counter attack. I think Chelsea's X factor is there compared to Porto. You have better quality to finish. You see the Kante running for 94 minutes to pull up another player, like committed play like Kante, all is a big advantage for Chelsea. I think Chelsea against Porto, I think Chelsea will very happy to face Porto. Then, although they are, what you say is right, because their tactic defense is very good, but you can't defend all the time. You have to score to win, right?
Yeah, that's the
I think
thing.
that time X factor of Chelsea have to got advantage.
Correct. I'm afraid that Porto will have the same mentality. Let Chelsea do the attack and we will hit.
Yeah.
We will stay back and let them open themselves. That's why I'm scared. So both of these teams coming with the same mentality. So it's like what I would say. It's going to be tricky, man. It's really going to be interesting.
It's going to be a very
It's going to be
interesting match,
another
of course.
boring game.
And don't forget, Porto, they able to keep players like Ronaldo, Morata, Dybala all
the
quiet.
pocket.
So I mean, if Chelsea want to beat Porto, really Chelsea have to be at their best, lah.
Yeah.
But on paper, Chelsea should beat Porto.
Yeah.
I saw Ziyech was also good in the recent game. Let's hope to see more of it. Okay, we do have one more interesting match to go, which will be the Bayern Munich versus PSG. And looking for this match, both teams are currently at top form, number one in the league. And I will say one beating Barcelona, and Bayern, Bayern is going to be a defending champion. So, come on, Raj.
The Barca curse. Whoever beat Barca won Champions League, right? Yeah, that's it. So PSG beat Barca, so it's the advantage for PSG.
The only difference, most of them beat them in semi-finals. This is the first time they beat them in round 16.
Yeah,
correct. But this is going to be something different for Pochettino, of course, with his tactics and his dream, of course, to win the Champions League. We can see something different. He has a better team now. With the previous Spurs, he went to final as well 2 years ago. So this time, I think he can make an impact. But with current Bayern form, they are, as usual, top class. Their players are coming top form. But talking about PSG, what do you guys think about Neymar? Did he really make an impact? Ivan, what's your opinion for it?
I feel this tie all depends on whether Neymar is available or not. Because PSG really can beat Bayern. Because we see in the last year final, right? They had the chances. They just missed, and then Neuer was in really top form. But PSG had the chances. It was a very close game. And I feel this one, the second leg, I think, is in PSG's home. So I think that's an advantage. And it all depends on whether Neymar turns up and shows up or not. Because if they really can't depend on Mbappe alone, I think that'll be very, very tough. But yes, if Neymar really performed to his best, guys, I think PSG can beat this Bayern team. Because you see in Bundesliga, every week, Bayern, they're not really that very
not
solid. They let in goals. Bayern really let in goals.
Yeah.
They just outscore the opponents. That's the difference. For Bayern, they always...
Correct, Ivan. You were right. End of Bayern's match, right? The commentator was telling, you don't have to worry about defense when you have attackers like Lewandowski at your front. That was the commentator telling.
Yeah.
So yeah, but true.
Yeah, but comes to PSG and Barca, both have very good attacks. Okay, I don't want to talk about the attacks because they are very good at it. What about the defense? Okay, Kevin, who have a better defense compared to Bayern and PSG? This is the question that I think who has a better.
For
What do
me,
you think, Kevin?
I will probably say go with PSG. Looking at it, and
Yeah.
currently you can see Bayern, they are
Mm.
letting in goals which are sometimes easy goals. You can see the defense making a mistake. And to be solid, as you can see, Kimpembe is really on form.
Marquinhos.
And Marquinhos, yes.
Marquinhos. Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
so for defensive side, PSG is definitely in the upper hand. Attacking, both is definitely consistent, but yeah, we do have
Yeah, both are good
star and creative player at PSG. So we want them, like especially Neymar and Mbappe, to shine. But I'm not sure about Di Maria whether he'll be playing, after the recent incident and all. Probably mentally down,
Mm, mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm, mm, mm,
but
mm.
definitely, yeah. I think this time we can't predict who will be going to the semi-final. It's a very
Yeah,
tight.
right.
But looking at these current fixtures and the matches, so what do you guys think? Who will be probably heading to the final? Let's go ahead. Anand first. It's going to be Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea and
So I think we're gonna rob the Champions League again from Bayern.
Ooh.
But this time
Ooh.
instead of their home, it's gonna be Istanbul. But
You do have high hopes on them.
yeah, I do hope Bayern, other than the other teams in that route, because Chelsea can irritate teams with their defense, and Bayern with our experience, right? Bayern would be not a new target, I would say. So Chelsea Bayern final.
Chelsea versus Bayern.
Yep.
Okay. Raj, how about you? What do you think? Who will be there?
So actually very hard to mention to predict. I think this is easy route for Chelsea. Yeah, correct. But I think this time City will be final.
Wow, City.
Oh,
That's going to be something very, very, very awkward.
I tell you guys, if Arsenal were to close shop, right, this guy here, Raj, right, would City become Pep
No,
Guardiola's fan.
I just really kidding saying. I just want to say. Okay, I like to Chelsea. What? Come on, let's give a chance for Pep.
All right.
See how.
It makes
Yeah.
me. It makes me.
City and
a
who?
bit scared,
City and who, Raj?
City and PSG.
Wow.
No, it can't be City PSG.
It's not big
Okay,
because
sorry, City and Chelsea.
wow, it's going to be a classic EPL match there.
Yeah.
But that's what I really
that'll
hope.
be-
I hope not, lah. I hope not. I
That's
don't
the
wanna.
most boring game, I would say. How about you, Ivan?
Yeah, like
So-
I was saying, I hope it won't be a all English final because we saw that 2 seasons ago. Because when two teams from the same country meet, right, they know each other in and out, and then they will like really cancel out each other in the final, and it will make for a boring viewing.
Yeah.
And everyone is saying Bayern, like Bayern will easily defend his title. I don't think so because defending a UEFA Champions League title is not easy, guys. It's like only some teams can really do it, like how Real Madrid did it. I don't think Bayern will reach the final this time. I feel it'll be PSG and maybe Chelsea or
Real
Liverpool.
Madrid.
Either these two.
Yeah.
PSG or Chelsea. I
Chelsea
think.
or Liverpool. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Let's see. We do have interesting quarter final match lineup. So let's hope for the best. Anything, guys? I'll say thank you for
All
your
hands
views
in the
and
club.
yeah, but I don't want to
Okay,
see
guys.
definitely. I don't want to see Chelsea in the final. Definitely. It's gonna be boring.
Europa. MU versus Arsenal.
Yeah. We'll see you guys there.
Hope so.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think Europa is just keep,
Okay,
we
but
can keep it aside.
I think we are all happy here that all our teams are at least still in Europe, lah.
Oh, yeah. But actually, yeah, you can see English Premier League teams are still at the best. You can see 3 teams in the Champions League quarters. This is definitely
We
something.
need to have a talk about that. I mean, like Premier League, La Liga teams are really not performing this season. Really very bad. I think we can talk that for our next session.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Just think about this, guys. Champions League final, City, Chelsea, Europa final, MU, Arsenal. English clubs there.
Yeah, man, that'll be epic. You know, the English media, right, will be going haywire and crazy over the world, man.
That's what happened 2 seasons ago, also, right? When Liverpool Spurs final and Arsenal Chelsea in the Europa.
Yeah. I wasn't a deserving win for Chelsea.
Southgate gonna have a problem.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your time today.
Okay, guys. See you.
Guys,
Thank you.
good talk.
All right.